Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And we are beginning what I think is going to be a very nice stretch of weather. There is no rain that I can see in the forecast right through the weekend and maybe even into the first day or so of next week. There are no weather fronts moving along. And we have, at least for the first part of this, some very nice dry air. We are along the immediate coast, still fighting some morning clouds, but just inland. Weather conditions have already gone partly sunny, and we should be partly sunny today. A few patchy clouds here and there, and unless there's an odd pop-up isolated shower, we're done, I think, as far as rain is concerned. And the temperatures and the dew points are the big deal going forward. So if you look at the numbers here for today, for example, look at these high temperatures, mostly in the upper 70s across the Hudson Valley and interior southern New England, low 80s everywhere else, down into the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area anytime in July when you can have a daytime high under 85. I think they'll be celebrating, but certainly the air feels good. Low 80s in south central and southeastern PA, upper 70s in some of the elevated areas to the west. Low 80s across New Jersey and Long Island, upper 70s in the Hudson Valley and in interior Connecticut and up into Massachusetts. So looking good. Now, that's for today. For tomorrow, we're going to inch the temperatures up a little bit higher. Range will be about 80 to 85 from south to north, from Washington all the way up to Hartford and everybody in between, 80 to 85. Friday, nudge it up another degree or two higher. So now we're looking at middle to upper 80s. The thing about the next 3 days is that the dew points, the relative humidities, are going to remain rather low. Saturday, we'll start to push the envelope a little bit more, upper 80s. Maybe a few of the warm spots could get up close to 90. And Sunday, we'll see temperatures, again, upper 80s to around 90 or so. And one of the differences going on this time around from last weekend when we got into this pattern of extreme heat, the setup is a bit different in the east. And that, I think, is going to keep us from getting back to those extreme temperatures. And instead, we're just going to see temperatures that are about where they should be for this time of year. Satellite loop is having a little bit of a difficult time here, so let's see if I can fix that. And here we go. So here's the full U.S. satellite loop, and you can see that we're waiting for this upper trough to shift eastward offshore. And if you look closely at the clouds, the orientation of the clouds, here's your upper trough. It's just going to continue to pass eastward, shift eastward. So the clouds have already pushed offshore, the cloud line running right along the immediate coast there. And all of this that's back through the Great Lakes, even down into parts of the Gulf states, the northern areas of Alabama, Mississippi, seeing dew points down in the 50s. So this is a very, very large dry air mass. And the one thing we're going to be watching, by the way, and we talked about this last week when we saw the pattern that was emerging. The bottom part of that frontal boundary is now in the Gulf of Mexico, and you are seeing a band of showers and thunderstorms firing up here as that frontal boundary settles in the Gulf. This is eventually just going to break off. The front itself is going to disappear and fall apart. So we're going to have to watch closely the area in the central Gulf for the possibility of tropical storm development down the road. It won't happen today. It won't happen over the next couple of days. But perhaps as we move through the weekend, we'll have to see if something winds up developing in this particular area. So looking at the dew points, measuring the amount of moisture that's in the air, the temperature that you would have to cool the atmosphere down to in order to get 100% relative humidity. We're seeing those dew points, excuse me, in the east in the 50s today, running in the 50s again tomorrow, and they come up ever so slightly, but still reasonably comfortable for Friday. And then over the weekend, then they start to inch up a little bit. I think really when you get to Sunday, you're still seeing dew points in the upper 50s to low 60s, and that's because the high is going out first to the north of us and then dropping down off the Delaware, Maryland coastline and staying offshore. And then gradually, maybe as we move into Monday and Tuesday of next week, that's when the humidity really starts to fly up. So we're looking good for the next 5 days, folks. Enjoy it. Sunshine each day, just nothing more than a few patchy clouds. Temperatures mostly in the 80s. And today it's going to be upper 70s and low 80s for the entire region from Northeast Virginia and Maryland right up through eastern Pennsylvania and southern Pennsylvania, northeastward to southern New England. So have a great day, and we'll see you later with website posts and our YouTube show tonight. Probably, I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Just watch for a post as far as the time is concerned.